So we saw in the last video that it could be the case that either the hash function returns the same integer or the compression function maps different hashes to the same index inside our array. So we're going to look at a couple ways of handling this. One method is called, we can either do linear probing or quadratic probing. We'll explain linear first, and then it's easy to explain quadratic. But if we have a hash table of integers and we are trying to insert the pairs, the key value pairs, so key value, let's insert 3, and then if I insert, let's see, 6, 9, then we'll insert 6, 0, then we'll insert 1, 4, and then we can insert 12, 8. So I have these key value pairs that I want to insert into the table. So let's say my hash function, so hash of my key is just going to return my key. So when I pass in 3, it's just going to return 3 back. And compression, so compression of whatever I pass in, we're just going to return that value mod the length of the table. So if we insert our first key value pair, so 3 and 3, so we pass 3 in here, that gets returned. What is 3 mod 6? That's 3. So our key value pair, we're going to insert into this third index in our hash table. So 3, 3. This is that's a key value pair. So let's now insert the next element. So we're done with that. So 9 returns 9. And now, what's the compression function of 9? What's 9 mod 6? 9 mod 6 is going to be 3 as well. So you can see that I want to add this into that index in the table. However, there's already something there. So using linear probing, what we're going to do is we're going to say take one step and check again. Okay? So step once. So I want to put it inside the third index. However, that's already full. So what I can do is linear probing says take one step down and will it go there? Okay? So yes, index 4 is open. So what I can do is insert the value into that index. Okay. So now I try to insert 6, 0, pass in 6, return 6. 6 mod the table length is going to be 0. So 6 mod 6 is 0. So I insert my key value pair, 6, 0. 1, 4. So pass in 1, get back 1. Pass in 1, 1 mod 6 is going to be 1. So I put 1, key value pair 1, 4. And right here. And now, so now I want to insert 12, 8. So pass in 12, and I get 12 back. 12 mod 6 is 0. So I want to insert it into index 0, but I can't do that. It's already full. So linear probing says take one step. So I look at index 1, that is also full. So look there, that's full. Take another step. Oh. All right, that's empty. So I can insert it here. So you can see we had to take a few steps, but eventually I found an open spot. So for linear probing, you take one step and check to see if that spot's open. So linear probing is going to look like, for each iteration, you're going to say I plus plus. So if this is index I and we get a collision, there's already something there, plus plus, go to the next spot. So I, there's already something there, plus plus, go to the next spot. So, and that's linear probing. Linear probing. However, we have quadratic probing. Quadratic probing, which for this equation, you're going to say I times equals 2. Okay. Sorry. I is equal to 2 to the nth, where n is the number of collisions you've already had. So if I is currently equal to 0, plus equals, okay, hopefully this is right. So I plus equals 2 to the nth. So we've currently had 0 collisions so far, so we're going to have 2 to the 0th, which is 1. We'll map them down here. Okay. So the current index plus 1. 2 to the first is 2. 2 to the second is 4. 2 to the third, 2 to the fourth, so 2 to the third is 8. 16. You guys know your powers of 2. So every time that there's a spot that's full, I'm going to, instead of taking one step, I'm going to use this equation. So starting from so starting at 0, I want to plus equals 2 to the 0th. So I take one step. Right? So now, from that point, I take 2 steps. So instead of stepping to the next one, now I'll look here. Right? And then on the next collision, instead of stepping down 1, or stepping down 2, now I step 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see if it's an even number, it can cause some trouble. If the table's full, it can cause some trouble. But quadratic probing is another way of handling collisions.